18-year-old Berit Beck disappeared. While driving to Appleton in 1990, her body was found in a ditch near Waupun. Police identified several persons of interest, but no arrests have ever been made. The Beck family says it's now hopeful that possible new DNA evidence may help finally result in an arrest and conviction. Fox 11's Laura Smith takes a closer look.
Berit Beck disappeared on July 17, 1990. The Sturtevant teen was on her way to the Fox Valley for work. She never reached her destination.
It was a great concern because it was very much out of character, and she was, supposed to be at a certain location, and she wasn't.
A few days later, investigators discovered Beck's van in a Fond du Lac parking lot. 5.5 weeks later, Beck's body was found in rural Fond du Lac County. An autopsy showed she died of asphyxiation.
Why did they think they needed to take her life? What did she do to them? I mean, she was such a gentle soul. She would have given them everything she had. They didn't need to hurt her.
Berit's mother, Diane Beck, says she's anxious for answers. So are state investigators who believe they're close to getting some.
Some light, I guess I would call leads, have been developed that need some following up on.
Investigators say they're hoping someone with information will come forward to help them solve this case. Diane Beck says after nearly 20 years, it's time to know what happened.
I need to hear it explained to me from that individual. I want to know that they're sorry that this happened.
Beck says investigators have discovered items that were never tested for DNA. She's hopeful new DNA testing can bring legitimate hope and legitimate leads.
Over the years, you've hoped and prayed something had been overlooked. That's right under our nose. So maybe this will be the case.
Investigators say they haven't ruled out any persons of interest developed throughout the course of the investigation. That includes 46-year-old Craig Harone, a convicted bank robber who police called a suspect early on in the case. His attorney says Harone denies any involvement in Beck's murder. Diane Beck is hopeful her family's quest for closure will end soon.
Barry would be 37 now. Hard to imagine that she could be that old at this point. I really can't imagine her looking any differently than she does in the pictures we have of her. But I imagine her to be married and a loving mom at this point in her life if she had been able to stay with us.
Authorities ask anyone with information about the Berit Beck case to call the State Department of Justice at 832-2750 or the Fond du Lac County Sheriff's Office tip line at 906-4777. There is a possibility of reward money.